Hi everybody, this is Liz with 143 Handmade. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is December 20th, 2023, and I hope your holiday season is amazing. We are using the Peace on Earth paper pack from Decorate Your Life for this December daily that I'm doing with the lovely Rhonda over at Junk Journal Viva. So I have 3 ideas for you today for how to use the paper strips. And, you know, we have offcuts a lot of times, but there's also this gorgeous strip paper that has printed stripes on it. Oh my goodness. I will spit out what I mean here in a second. So, sorry I'm getting tongue-tied. This is what we're going to do. I have 3 ideas, like I said. One is to just take your scrap and just clean up the edge. And then just cut your strips. And you don't have to be precise. It doesn't matter. You could even tear this if you wanted to instead of cutting it. That would give you a nice ruffled edge. Actually, I really like that ruffled edge, so I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And, you know, just tear it into strips that are, you know, it doesn't even have to be remotely the same size. Because this one's, you know, all weird on the one side. I'm going to get as much as I can out of that side. And just tear it off like that. And clean that up just a bit. And so we have these strips. Let me get this other page. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Let's go ahead and, actually I'm going to go ahead and not clean up that longer edge. I'm going to go ahead and let it be, so that way I can get as much length out of each strip as possible. And you see, I'm not cutting these, you know, or tearing these very wide at all. And so, but what I'm going to make with these is just some, you know, the paper garland. You know? Oops, dropped one on the floor. I'll have to grab it in a second. There's paper garland and, let's see. What's it called? I have it written down. There it is. Paper countdown chains, you know, either one. And see, that's a pretty piece. I can still go ahead and use that later. And grab the piece that I dropped. So these are, you know, curled the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. And so all you do to create the pretty garlands is make sure to curl it with the pretty side out. And, you know, you can anchor this in a million different ways. I find that one of the easiest is with the stapler, but you do have to be careful and keep that away from pets, and my stapler's not cooperating, so we will do it the old-fashioned way with just a dab of glue. Dab of glue. And pop that on there. And you can do this a couple of different ways. One is to just do it one for one like this, where you, you know, glue each one, and you just thread the next one, and glue it, and thread the next one and glue it. Or, I find it's a little more efficient for me if I just go through and I have a couple, I'm going to grab my glue a little bit too soon. Go ahead and curl these a little bit more the right way with my fingers. Put them pretty side down with the corner that I want to put the glue on at the top. I'm going to use this ink pad to hold them down. And I'm going, and you have to be careful because if you do this too many this way, then you won't get, you know, you won't have enough to anchor them together. But I like to go ahead and just glue these into rings, like so. And see, sometimes you can get a younger kid to glue the rings, you know, like this, but they don't really understand how to do the chain. And so you can have them form a bunch of those. And then what you do is you take 2 and you put your piece of paper through. Oops, dropped it. Put your piece of paper through your 2 of them and glue. And now you've made, you know, you've joined those 2. And now I went from having a chain of 2 to a chain of 4. See? So And this can be used as the paper countdown chain or as just the garland, you know, just a pretty garland. You know, it's totally up to you which way you want to use it. And this is just from the scraps. Or, like I said, you can use, she did include this beautifully striped page. These, I think I would cut very carefully, you know, like with my paper trimmer instead of just with scissors or with the ruler. And use those for the paper napkins, you know, or not paper napkins, I'm sorry, napkin rings. The paper napkin rings for holding, you know, holding the napkin in the pretty, you know, rolled something. Not that I do that a lot, but it's just an idea for you guys. There we go. Wiping up that glue that had gotten on my finger. And just going to glue this one last one. And, you know, moving so fast, I am, you know, I did lose that one. That one popped back open. But, you know, you just pinch it closed for a second. Different glues will hold at different speeds. So thank you so much for joining me. And